All right, so in this video, you're going to be learning exactly step by step by step every little single detail that you need to know to actually start phone flipping. This is a whole entire hour-and-a-half long course of exactly everything step by step that you need to know to actually start making money phone flipping. If you don't know who I am Tice, and I'm 17 years old. I've been doing phone flipping for a little bit over a year now. I've been able to scale it up to $15,000 to $20,000 profit per month. So just know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to phone flipping. And I'm not just making a full entire free course and I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I've done this. I've replicated it and taught other people how to do this, and they're making thousands of dollars a month. And just for more proof purposes, so that these are just some phones that I've got. And then also you could pause the video. These are just some of my bank statements just to take it even further, like to show you I know what I'm doing. I actually do this. You could pause it. Up here was the month of May. You could see how much revenue I pulled in the month of May. And then also April, you could see how much revenue I pulled in the month of April. And this was just bank wires. This was not including any cash, but it just gives you an idea of how much money I am making doing this. So, but it's not just me. I've also been able to help literal thousands of people start phone flipping and make thousands of dollars a month. So you could pause this also, check out some of these results. I could even go to my actual community that I have. And this is the free community that has the exact videos that you're going to be watching in just a second. And people are making a lot of money from this, from the knowledge that I'm providing in this free course, right? So you can pause it. You can pause it. You could see these results. You can see how much profit these people are making. But there's literally 344 posts of people just making money with phone flipping, right? So I know what I'm doing. I've made a lot of money doing this, and also I've taught thousands of people exactly how to do this. As you can see, I have 12.4 thousand people in this community. But yeah, quick $1,000 profit, $505 profit in a day. So I hope that you understand that you are in good hands. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. These are all videos that I recorded a couple months ago for this free course. So I'm just gonna get rolling the videos, and that's that. And I'll basically walk you through everything that you need to know right now, right? So here's what we're gonna cover: how it works, who is this course or community for? It's not really a course, it's like a community. And then what does it take to start? Or share the course with a friend who's dead broke because they need it. Warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, and don't fast forward. So how it works. Pretty much what you're doing is sourcing the phone at a low cost. Using the methods that I teach you, you will be acquiring the phones at a price where you can make anywhere from $50 to $100 profit per phone. So you're pretty much buying and reselling a phone for $50 to $100 profit per phone. But and a lot of the people inside the course, like $50 to $100 profit per phone is good, right? People inside of the community, like some of them make $250 profit a phone, $200 profit, $300 profit. It really depends, because a lot of times you do get lucky. Like, the more phones that you get and the more times you're searching for phones and everything like that, like, you will get lucky. So I've seen people have, $200, $300, $400 profit phones. Personally, I've made $600 profit on a single phone, and it's luck. Like, honestly, when you get that much profit, it is luck. But $50 to $100 profit is what you should be aiming for. But know that you can make $150, $250, $350 profit, right? Like, it's very well possible, and I do it probably every week. I probably get, like, I would say 2 or 3 deals that actually make me $200 to $300 profit off one phone, right? So it is common, once you start getting a lot of phones. But sell it for a higher price. So you're sourcing the phone at a low cost, selling it for a higher price. You will be creating listings on several platforms using my templates that will get your phone easily sold within 3 days. So honestly, it should not take long to sell your phone. So you're buying the phone on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. I teach you all the methods inside of this community. And then you sell it for a higher price on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. Or inside the masterclass, I do have direct buyers, which a direct buyer is pretty much they will buy your phone no matter what it is, no matter what condition. It could be broken, blacklisted. It could not even work. It could not even turn on. It could be locked, cracked, everything. And the direct buyer will still buy the phone. It's pretty much, think of a direct buyer as like someone who will buy your phone no matter what it is. So it's like, before you even buy the phone, it's already sold. Think of it like that, right? You literally, they have a price sheet. You look at the price and you offer the customer less and you go pick up the phone. That's, my dog could do it. Like, it's very simple. And then you rinse and repeat. So you rinse and repeat this process over and over until you eventually make your desired income. So really, you're just rinse and repeating this process, just buying the phone for low and selling it for higher. Like, that's literally the whole entire model of phone flipping. You're buying a phone for low and selling it for higher, and you just rinse and repeat this process until you make your desired income, whatever you want to make. And so who is this course for? So people who are any age. So honestly, you could be any age to start. All you need is a brain and a Wi-Fi connection. And that's like in a literal sense, like honestly, there's some people that are inside of this course making money, and I'm just like, I mean, it's hard to say, but it's very true. Like, there's people inside of this community that are flipping phones and are making $100 a day, $200 a day, and they literally have like a brain cell and a half. Like, they have 1 or 2 brain cells maximum. So it's like, if they could flip phones and make money, you can too. Like, there's people inside of this community that are making money phone flipping that I question, like, how do they even, like, do they even have common sense? Like, it's that simple, really. And if you have an interest in making money online, so if the only way you're making money right now is a 9-to-5 job, then this is for you. So if the only way that you're currently making money is by working for someone else, slaving away at a job, flipping patties or cleaning garbage cans, whatever you're doing, this is for you. If you want to get out of that job, if your goal is to get out of that job and replace it with something that's actually making you money, this is for you. Like, if you want to work less and make more, phone flipping, right? That's that. And then people who want to work less, yes. So if you're working 5 to 8 hours per day at your 9-to-5 job and you're exhausted at your job, that's only paying you, $15 to $25 an hour, which is like average. And this is for you. Like, there's people inside of this community that are making, $200, $300 in an hour. Like, personally, I just bought 4 phones yesterday and I made $450 profit with an hour and a half worth of work. It took me an hour and a half to make $450 profit, when that's most of your guys' like 2-week paycheck or like 1-week paycheck. Like, there's a dude inside the community that made $400 profit in the morning. It didn't even hit 12 p.m. and he already made $400 profit. So that's how simple it really is. And if you want to work less, phone flipping is for you. And then researching side hustles. So this used to be me. I mean, if you're searching for ways to make money online, but all you see is Amazon FBA, drop shipping, trading, reselling scammy AirPods or spider hoodies, like, this is for you. But if you're searching for ways to make money online and like nothing has worked for you, like, that was me. That was literally me. I was in your shoes 9 months ago. I was looking for ways to make money. I fell into Amazon FBA. That failed, absolutely failed terribly. I falled into reselling AirPods. That failed terribly. The most probably oversaturated business you'll ever find. And also, it's like terrible. Like, reselling fake AirPods, I know, it's terrible. But yeah, like I was in your same shoes 9 months ago. I had no way to make money. I was working at a normal job. I'm still a normal person working at a normal job, and I was just making literally no money, and I was just average, not even below average, literally. So I want to make it clear to you, like this shit is possible. Like I was in your same shoes 9 months ago. I was working a job. I was literally broke. I barely had any money, and I was looking for side hustles all day, ways to make money. And this is the only thing that actually worked for me to make money. This is the only thing that actually worked, that actually made me money. This is the only thing that I actually saw results with. And that's the same thing for a ton of people in this community. They say the same thing. You know, they tried drop shipping, they tried this, they tried that, and this is the only thing that actually worked for them. And it's like, this is something that you could watch all these videos inside of this course in a day, and you could make money literally tomorrow. Like there's dudes inside of the course that watch these videos and they get their first phone tomorrow, and they easily make $100 profit the next day. So it's like, it's not something that's going to take forever. Like you could watch these videos, and if you're actually got a fire under your ass and you're ready to make money, you could go buy your first phone tomorrow and make money that easily. This is not a get rich quick scheme, but it's like you could literally make money tomorrow. So like it's that simple. And then people who want to replace their job. So if you want to stop flipping burgers and bussing tables for hours, barely making anything, this is for you. What does it take to start? So capital, you could start with $50 to $100, and you'll mainly be buying older phones. But the more money you have to start, the better. Honestly, like I think the best amount of money to start, like the most optimal, is really like $200. Honestly, because then you could go up a couple more models. So it's like when you're starting with $50 to $100, you're mainly looking for cracked phones, iPhone 8s, iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone X, iPhone XR, iPhone XS, and iPhone 11s. Those are the models that you're looking for when you have $50 to $100 profit. Those models. I hope you're taking notes. Write that down. So yeah, if you only have like $50 to $100, those are the phones that you'll be looking for. But the more money you have to start, the better. Like the people that have the most money to start, and it's not even a lot of money, it's $200, $300, $400. They do the best, and they succeed the most, and they end up making the most money. And then time. It really doesn't take more than 3 hours per day. But obviously, the more you put in, the more you are going to get out. So honestly, it doesn't take more than 3 hours per day. I'm doing this probably an hour and a half, 2 hours a day at maximum. But yeah, it's really all up to you how much time you really want to spend on this. There's a dude, Isaiah. He spent 6 hours picking up iPhones, and he made $1,300 profit in a day. So it's like it all comes down to how much you want to do. Like the more hours you put in, the more money you're going to get back. So it's like, yeah, $1,300 profit in a single day from working 6 hours, when like 6 hours of your shift at your job would probably be, I don't know, maybe $100, $200, $300 maximum. So yeah, I mean, some good shit. And then there's a lot of things, knowledge. There's a lot of things to know before actually going out and buying your first phone. Very simple stuff, but it's just like watch all the videos inside of the course so you don't lose money. Like I'm making this course for you specifically so you don't lose money. There's a bunch of videos inside of this course. I think there's a total of like 11 or 13, 12 videos inside of this course right here. So watch the videos, watch them all the way through, every single one of them, so you don't lose money. Because if you don't watch all the videos, there could be some key stuff that you will miss, and that will cost you money, essentially. And then transportation. So I'm 16 years old and I cannot drive. So the way I get to my phone deals are my family members. Worst case, you take an Uber. So I'm 16, I can't drive. And the people that drive me to my phone meetups are mainly my brother, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa. Like, those are the people that drive me to my phone meetups. Worst case scenario, you pay them, $20 to go take you to a meetup. So yeah. And worst case, worst case, you take an Uber. But honestly, what I would personally do, if you can't get around and you're my age and you don't have a car, and let's say for some reason your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, brother, uncle, cousin, they can't take you to your phone meetup, what I would recommend is that if you have a store or just something near you, like a corner store, a Wawa, a Walmart, Burger King, 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, like if you have that near you, something that you could ride your bike to or walk to, that's where I would go. That's what I would do personally. If you can't get around for some reason, like if you can't get anybody to give you a ride, I would meet at a local Walmart, corner store, whatever. And that's like the easiest way that I found, if I don't have anybody available to drive me. And marketing. So you can start out with just doing the outreach method that I talk about later in the course. But again, the more marketing you do, the more phones you will get, resulting in the more money you'll make. So it's like, the more marketing you do, the more phones you will get. The more phones you get, the more money you make. That's how that works. And then getting the most out of this community. So set clear goals. So define what you want to achieve by the end of this course. Have a clear goal on what you want to achieve, pretty much. And then staying organized. So create a Google Doc and have specific slots for different topics and keep everything in one doc. So like this is the main thing that I would do to get the most out of this course. It's like, stay organized. So what I would do right now is go create a Google Doc, pause this video, go create a Google Doc that says phone flipping course. And every single thing you learn, put it in that doc. So you're in the Google Doc. What I would put is goals. This, that. Write down your goals. First thing. Your first one. Write down your goals. And the next thing is going to be how you get the phones, or things that you might forget. Things that you think that you might forget, or things that you find valuable. Pretty much like everything inside of the course is valuable. I would just say take notes on the course. Because you're going to need everything, so take notes on everything, honestly. And then utilize your resources. So use all the free documents that I have provided for you to quickly put together titles, descriptions, and several other documents. So there's a lot of documents inside of this course that give you, specific titles, specific descriptions, specific pictures, everything. I literally give you everything in here. Like, if you are not a successful phone flipper after this course, there's no saving you, honestly. Like, everything is laid out for you perfectly. And that's all. That's all I'm going to say. Apply what you learn. So apply everything that you learn and take action. Use all the marketing, negotiation, and listing strategies. So, you could watch this whole course. You could watch all 2 hours of this course. You could see everybody winning inside of this course, posting wins every day, making thousands of dollars a month. You can watch all the videos. You can engage in the community as much as possible. But if you don't actually take action and go out and buy that first phone, you accomplished nothing. Only thing that you accomplished is wasting your time on watching 2 hours worth of videos. So it's like, if you're not actually serious about making money, then you probably shouldn't even watch the rest of the videos, because this, if you don't take action on what you're learning right here, you're just going to waste your time. So take action. After you're done watching these videos, take action, because if you don't, you just watch all these videos for no reason. Apply what you learned. Stay consistent. So stay consistent with phone flipping. If you really put in the time to learn all that I teach you, you will be successful. Like, again, like I said, like if you watch these videos, you get all the documents and everything, you join the weekly webinars. If you're not successful by the end of this, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I really don't know what to say. But yeah, stay consistent with phone flipping. Show up every single day, because maybe one day there won't be a bunch of phones listed. So you come back the next day, or maybe this method didn't work today, so you try out the same thing the next day and you do more of it. So I would say stay consistent. Like, that's like a really big thing in phone flipping, is if you don't get a phone, there's days where I don't even get phones, right? And there's days where I get 30 phones. So stay consistent, keep showing up day after day, because this shit actually works. It's proven to work. I've helped literally hundreds, thousands of people make money reselling iPhones. So you know it works. I know it works. We both know it works. You just have to actually apply it, and stay consistent. Like, again, like I said, there's days where I don't even get a single phone, right? So as long as you stay consistent and you keep showing up every day, you'll get lucky. You'll get that $300 profit. You'll get that first phone. You'll get that supplier that's reaching out to you that's trying to sell you 30 phones in a day, right? Like, you'll get that. It's real. And then summary. So the process: buying the phone, and you're buying a phone for a cheap price and selling them at a price where you can make $50 to $100 profit, and then you repeat the process. Replacing your 9 to 5. No matter what age you are, you can start. You can easily replace your job. You're working all day with phone flipping while working less and making more. No matter if you want to have it as a side hustle or turn it into a real business, you could work less and make more than your actual job, right? And then startup costs. You're going to need at least $50. Like, that's the minimum, and that's pushing it, right? I mean, $50. There's people inside of the community that has gotten phones for $20, $30, but at least $50. Nothing under $50, because you really can't do anything with under $50. But you could very well sell a phone. Buy a phone for under $50, right? It's realistic. And so let's get to work. So apply everything that you're going to learn inside of this community. Take notes. Understand why you're here, what you want to do, what are your goals, what are you planning on achieving from this community, and actually get to work. Start phone flipping, watch the rest of the videos, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Watch the next video, and let's get going. Okay, so basically this video is going to be teaching you exactly where to source the phones. That's what we're going to be going over. Here's what we're going to cover: Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp outreach method. And warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip around, and don't fast forward. Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp outreach method. Searching for deals on Facebook and OfferUp. So we're going to be searching for models within your budget and making sure that you can make a profit on the phone. Then avoiding scammers. There are a lot of scammers on Facebook, and it is super easy to avoid them if you know what they look like. So that's why I'll be teaching you what to look out for. So there are a couple of things to look out for when actually reaching out to someone, because there are a lot of scammers, but it's super easy to spot them. So I'll be teaching you that. And pro tip, ask if they have any more devices. So I'll go over that a little later. So first of all, let's get you knowing what a scam looks like. Obviously, this is a scam, an iPhone 14 for $77. If it looks too good to be true, most of the time it is. And the thing is that, the thing is that most of the scammers, they join in 2023 or 2024 because they make a new account because their other account got banned. And I never message someone who has joined in 2023 or 2024 because 90% of the time they are scammers. So if you scroll down and see someone join in 2024 or 2023, most of the time they're scammers. And clearly you could see $77. It's way too good to be true. I don't even message on this. Now, there's probably a couple more. So again, right here, again, iPhone brand new. There's fuzzy pictures, and joining 2024, it's actually the same exact person. Again, a scam. And this one, you see there's fuzzy pictures, absolutely just fuzzy pictures. Now, again, join in 2023, like I said, like these scams are so easy to find. It's so easy. Just don't message people who join in 2023. And if there's fuzzy pictures and it looks too good to be true, stay away from that listing. Now, let's get into actually searching for a phone. This is my whole process when I go and search a phone on Facebook Marketplace. And you just do this same exact thing on OfferUp. Now, here looks like another scam. Same person again. Just wanted to point that out. Okay, I found a phone, iPhone 11. And in good condition, works great, just a minor scratch at the top right. So I'm going to assume that that's just the screen protector that's cracked, and it is just a minor scratch at the top right. Now, what I do is I see iPhone 11, 128 gigabytes, and you open up the app eBay, and you search this up. iPhone 11, 8 gigabytes unlocked. Now, I'll be going over why I put unlocked in this listing. That is a whole video for another time. That is inside of this course on what the difference between locked, unlocked, and all that stuff is. And you always want to go down here and click on sold listings. This shows you what they have actually sold for. Okay. $200, iPhone 11, 128. $375 iPhone 11. Broken iPhone 11 for $184. Let's see, $230, $177, $200, $250. So I could probably sell this iPhone 11 for $200. That's what it looks like it's going for. It's going a little bit above that, but I'm just gonna say I could sell it for $200. Now, this person wants $250. So this is what I go when I message someone. This is exactly what I say. Now, so I could sell it for $200, and she wants $250. So this is what you want to be saying. Hi, their name. Can you do whatever the number is? Cash. I could pick up today. The reason on why my offer is so low is because I want to make $100. I want to make $50 to $100. So if she declines this offer, I'm going to offer $50 above this because I know I could sell it for $200. So I'm going to offer $100, and if she declines this offer, I'm going to offer $150, and that's my maximum price. So I'm going to send this over, and now you just do that to literally every single other listing on the whole Facebook. If you have never searched for a phone, that's literally how you do it. And also, you always want to be checking Facebook Marketplace. So there will always be phones getting listed. There will always be phones that are getting sold as soon as they get listed because they are good deals. Now, you want to be checking Facebook Marketplace every 30 minutes to an hour because there's constantly being deals that are posted on Facebook Marketplace, and they get snagged quick because they're at a good price. Now, you want to do the same exact thing right on OfferUp. Exactly what I said, just same thing, just on OfferUp. And now we're going to talk about value equals simple and easy transaction. So the only reason that you are valuable when you are messaging someone is that you are offering a simple and easy transaction, and that's why they are going to pick you opposed to the other people that are texting them. Now, this will be all the leverage that we have when negotiating. So let me give you an example. Say a phone is listed for $200, right? And buyer one offers $180 and you are offering $150. Now, let's add some variables. So buyer one, he offers $180, but the thing is that before he even gets to his offer, he bombards the seller with 1,000 questions. What's the battery health? What's the MEI? What condition? All that stuff. He just asks all the questions on the phone, and he's not actually serious about buying the phone, and the seller just gets an absolute headache. You'll realize when you list a phone, there's so many people like this because they will just bombard you with a bunch of questions, and 99.9% of the time, they're not even serious about buying the phone, and they never follow through with the sale. Now, let's say you come up with an offer of $150 and you offer them quick cash the same day and a guaranteed sale. So you already put your whole entire message out in your first message that you could pick up today, and you come across as a guaranteed, easy, simple sale. So your offer is, $150 cash. I could pick it up today. So that lets the seller know, okay, this guy is serious about buying the phone and he could literally pick it up today. Now, this is why I close so many of my deals, because this is what I offer. I offer a simple and easy transaction. That's why I close so many of my Facebook Marketplace deals, is because all these other phone resellers are asking a ton of questions right off the rip, and they're just looked at as a headache. They're a literal headache to the seller, and they just ask a bunch of questions, and half the time, questions that the seller doesn't even know. So I give my offer, and I ask the questions in person or after the deal is closed. Now, initial message. Giving them an offer and let them know that you can pick it up today, and that's it. So literally you just offer them, whatever the price is, and you let them know that you can pick it up today. That's it. That shows that you are a quick and easy sale, and you're a guaranteed sale, you're a guaranteed person that will pick up their phone. That's all that is. And offers. So you do not always need to offer a lower price. Say if the phone is listed for $400 and you know that you could sell it for $450 or $500. I would never recommend to try and get the price down anymore, because it's already listed at a good price, and chances are that seller is getting absolutely bombarded with hundreds of messages of people who want to pick up the phone. So again, you just want to give them their price. Say, okay, I can pick it up for $400. I can pick it up today. And again, you're just offering that super quick sale. And your first offer. So your very first offer should be the higher end of what you're looking to make. So if you want to make $50 to $100 on a phone, you start off with the lower offer. So what you would do is, say a phone's listed for $300, your first offer would be $200. And if they decline that offer, you would go up to $250, because you're willing to make $50 to $100 on the phone. Now, if they decline your offer where you're making $100, then you boost up the price $50 to where you're only making $50, and you get a higher chance that they will accept that price. And if they say no? So sending a simple message letting them know if they want a quick, easy sale that you can buy at any time. This is exactly what I do. Most of the time, it works, and they come right back to you. What most people do when both of their offers get declined is they start being nasty to the seller and being like, oh, you're never going to get that price, and you're so dumb because you have it listed at this price and you're never going to get it. If it really is at a stupid high price, they're going to come back to you. Chances are that they're going to come back to you if you are just a nice person, because most of the people that don't get the price that they want, they just start being mean to the seller, and no seller's going to come back to that guy. They're going to come back to the dude that was nice to them and said, Okay, well, if you want a quick, easy sale, I can buy it at any time. And that's it. So I have both of these messages, the starting message and this message. What if they say no? I have a couple of different variables of what to say for these, and they're both in the description. So you could copy and paste those messages into your Google Docs where you're taking notes, and that's it. All right, and deductions slash negotiation. So I'm going to go over negotiation and deductions in this video. Also going to explain to you what the hell is a carrier locked phone, or what the hell is a carrier unlocked phone. So, an unlocked phone is pretty much a phone that could be used with any carrier. What is it? What the hell is a carrier? So a carrier is something like AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. Can't think of any others, but yeah, stuff like that, like AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. I forget the other ones, but yeah, those are carriers. So if the phone is carrier unlocked, you could use them with any of the companies. So if it's unlocked, you could use it with AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. But if the phone is carrier locked, it's locked to one of those carriers, right? So say the phone is locked to T-Mobile. That means that that phone can only be used with T-Mobile. It could only be used with T-Mobile. If a phone is carrier locked to T-Mobile, that means it could only be used with that carrier, right? So if I have AT&T or Verizon, I can't use that phone. So and the phone, it means that the phone is basically what it means is that the phone isn't paid off. So if the phone is paid off, it is unlocked. That's what an unlocked phone is, right? I want to make this very, very clear, very, very simple. An unlocked phone is a phone that's paid off. So if you don't know, to dumb it down even more, if you don't know what a paid off phone is, say like the iPhone 13 is $1,000 in the AT&T store, right? I'm gonna go to that AT&T store, and if I pay all $1,000, the phone is fully paid off. I don't owe money on it. I don't owe a single dollar on it, right? That's a paid off phone. Another example of a paid off phone is, say the iPhone 13 is $1,000, and I go to AT&T, and and I pay $500, right? And my weekly or my monthly payment is $100. After I'm done with all my monthly payments, the phone is unlocked. It's paid off fully, paid in full, paid fully off, right? After I'm done with all those payments, the phone will be unlocked. But let's say I'm broke and I want to ditch those payments. I sell the phone to someone like myself, right? So that's what a locked phone is where someone buys the phone. They don't really buy the phone. You put a down payment on it. But say I go to the store and the iPhone 13 is $1,000, right? I put $500 down and I'm paying $100 a month now. But I can't afford that $100 monthly payment anymore. So what am I going to do? I'm going to sell the phone. And that means the phone is still locked to that. That means the phone is still locked to that carrier because it's still being financed. The phone is still being financed. So they could still sell it 100%. It's legal. It's legal to sell the phone. Like, you can sell the phone 100%. But they just can't afford the payments on it, or they don't want to make the rest of the payments on it. So they just sell the phone. That's what a locked phone is. There's no problems with a locked phone. It's just that it's locked. You know, they didn't make the payments on it. They're not making payments on it anymore. They're still worth money. Don't get that wrong. Like, they're still worth money, right? And carrier locked phones are one of my favorite phones because they are cheap. You can get them for cheap, right? So that's what a carrier unlocked phone is, and that's what a carrier locked phone is. Again, carrier locked phone, it's someone that's still financing the phone and has not paid it in full, right? So that's what that is. So when do you ask the questions, right? So how does an actual like conversation go? So, we're going to go right here. This is Nick Rimmer. Crazy, does really good with phone flipping just from the outreach method, right? So we're going to go over some of his conversations and some of his deals that he recently closed. So he reached out to this dude. He had a phone listed for $1,250, iPhone 15 Pro, 256 gigabytes. And he said, "Hi, I could do $900 cash today. Let me know. Thanks." That is a wild lowball. Wild. Absolutely out of this world lowball. That's crazy. He said, "Hey, thanks, but that's much lower than I'd take." And he said, "All right, no worries. Is that your max?" "Yeah, that would be my max." "Sounds good. If you'd consider $950, I would do that." Not every conversation goes like that, 100%. But again, sometimes you do get lucky and people will agree with your shit if you offer to pick up the phone today. Like if you could offer them cash today, they're like, you know, I guess let me just sell it for cash today because no one's hitting me up, blah, blah, blah. Right? So he said, "Actually, I'll do the $950 if it's still available. Let me know." "Yes, I could do $950. Where would you like to meet?" Boom, closed deal. And that is only because, that's because he offered cash today, right? He said that's much lower than he would take, but he took it because he was getting cash today, right? That's why he took it, right? So yeah, that's the same deal. And then iPhone 11, so $300. He said, "Hi, I could do $200 cash and pick up today. Let me know. Thanks." "Yeah, that works." Boom. Closed right there. Like, cash today is the biggest thing that you could ever do. Another one of his deals right here. This is an iPhone 13 Pro, $650. He said, "Hi, I could do $600 and pick up today. $600 cash and pick up today. Let me know. I can probably do that. I have some friends at the airport." Boom. Close the deal. Like, that's how simple this shit really is, bro. It's so simple. And then this dude, he closed some deals. Let me see. So he reached out to this person. He said, because of the cracked back and cracked lens plus water damage on the 13, I could offer $400 cash total for both 12 and 13 Pro. I could pick up this evening. Okay, so I guess this dude had two phones listed, and he said he could pick up both of them cash today. He said, "There's no water damage on 13 Pro, $500 for both, and you have a deal. I could do $420 with the damage on both. Okay, I could do $450, and simply closed that deal." Is this the same deal? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah. Simply close that. Now, he said, "Oh, my bad. Your profile has a different name on OfferUp. Yeah, since it's carrier locked, the max I can do is $150. All right. So he's stating a problem, and that's why he's naming that price. Right? So that's another good technique. Like, if the phone is carrier locked, that's something that you could say is like, the phone is carrier locked, so the max I could do is $150, right? So you're stating the problem of why you're lowballing them. So you're just not blatantly lowballing them. You're stating the issue of why you're lowballing them, right? So that's very powerful, right? So he says, since it's carrier locked, the max I could do is $150. And he said, the phone place said they can do $200. So I requested it to be unlocked, and they said 9th it would be unlocked. So $200 would be good. Got it. I can check back on the 9th once it's unlocked. Works. I could do $220 once it's been unlocked. I can do $160. Okay, I'll do $160. Okay. Like, it's really super easy to just negotiate deals, bro. Like, it's very easy. Like, that's an example of, like, negotiation and how your conversations are going to go. But yeah, I mean, notice how really none of them, like, ask them, is the phone unlocked? Or is the phone in good condition? Or anything like that, right? These are questions that you don't want to be asking. So if it says unlocked in the title, if the phone says, iPhone 13 unlocked, then you obviously know it's unlocked. You see the condition, you see the gigabytes, that's all you need to know. You're not going to ask them for the IMEI. You're not asking them for anything else, and you'll learn what an IMEI is later in this course. But you're not asking them any questions about anything else. You're not asking them what's the battery health, or what's the condition, or what's this, or what's the gigabytes, or what's that. You're not asking them any of those questions. Like, if it says what this is the best thing is, like, if it says that it is unlocked in the title, okay, you already understand it's unlocked. But if it doesn't say it's unlocked, I don't even ask them. I don't even ask them if it's unlocked. I just make an offer assuming that it's unlocked. So say the phone, okay, say there's an iPhone 14 listed, right? And it just says iPhone 14, 128 gigabytes. Doesn't say it's unlocked. Doesn't say it's carrier locked. Doesn't say it's T-Mobile, Verizon, anything, right? What I like to do with those type of phones is, like, I'll give them an unlocked price. I won't ask them, hey, is the phone paid off? Or, hey, is the phone unlocked? I don't ask any of that, because that's going to hurt you in the long run. I'll explain why. So I'll give them an unlocked price. Most of the time, if they don't say it's unlocked in the description or the title, it's probably locked, right? So I'll give them an unlocked price. I'll say, hey, I could pay $400 when the locked price is normally like probably $300, right? So I'll say, hey, I could pay $400. And then I'll meet with them, right? I'll get to the actual meetup, like actually get to the meetup, and I'll check the phone, and of course, most of the time it's locked. Most of the time the phone is locked. And at the meetup, I'd be like, oh, you didn't tell me the phone was locked to a carrier. Boom! $100 deduction right there. Now you're making $100 profit instead of $50 profit. Like, that's what I like to do. Hit them with that crazy deduction. And honestly, like, if I'm only making $100 on the deal, I'll hit them with a deduction where I'm making $150. Like, sometimes I'll do that. And if it doesn't work, I'll just go up on the price a little bit more, right? So it's like, say I'm going to the meetup, and I give them the unlocked price, and with that unlocked price, I'm making $100 profit. I'll get to the meetup, and when I start to get to the negotiations, then I'll hit them with the deduction because it's carrier locked, and from that deduction, I'll make $150 profit instead of $100 profit, right? So I'll deduct it more than I should have, and most of the time they always agree to the price, because you just let them know, like, while you're checking the IMEI or while you're in the settings of the phone, which I teach you how to do later in this course, but while you're doing that, you could just say, hey, you didn't tell me that it was carrier locked. You didn't tell me the phone is still being financed. You didn't tell me you didn't pay off the phone yet, so that's what I do when I get to the meetup, right? Instead of asking them over the phone, is it paid off? I get them to the meetup so I could demolish them in person, so I could get that price down and make more money, essentially, right? Like, as terrible as it sounds, it's what you got to do, right? That's phone flipping. Also, again, every single person that you meet up with, before you actually get to the meetup, always ask if they have more devices. Always. Always, always, always ask if they have more devices. This is very important, because maybe they have 5 more phones at home. You never know. I've had somebody that turned into my supplier, actually. Like, I met up with the dude, he had 5 phones for sale, and I asked him, do you have any more devices? He had 4 more. He had 4 more phones at home. The next day, he had like 6 more, and then the next day, he had like 8 more. And he just kept giving me a shit ton of phones. And he was like, yeah, I actually resell phones too. It's like, holy shit. Imagine if I never asked this dude if he had more devices. Probably made like 6,000 profit from him, like literally within probably 3 weeks, from him just keep on selling me more and more phones. So yeah, that was great. But carrier locked, yeah, that's if the phone is not paid off. And what I'll say to them, like, you might be saying like carrier locked, and they might not know what it means. They might have no clue what carrier locked means. Most people don't. They got no clue what carrier locked means, right? So what I'll normally say is like, the phone is locked, it's still being financed, the phone is not paid off yet, and eventually it's going to get blacklisted, which means there's no use for the phone. That's what I'll say to them. It's kind of true, kind of bullshit. The phone will most likely, probably months down the road, get blacklisted. And I'll just be like, yeah, it's going to get blacklisted eventually, which means there's no use for the phone, right? I'll say something like that. So if they're like, oh, what's carrier locked? I'll just be like, you're still making payments on the phone's not paid off yet. And once, make sure to write this down because this is very valuable. This is how I get everybody down in person and how I make my money, right? So I'll just say, once you sell this phone to me and you stop making payments on the phone, then what AT&T is going to do is they're going to see, okay, Jeff is not making payments on the phone anymore. We're going to shut down his phone so he can't use it anymore. Then, after they shut down the phone, it's going to get blacklisted. So then there's no use for the phone anymore, right? I'll make it so dramatic to where it seems like, holy shit, this guy should be getting the phone. Well, I'll make it sound so dramatic where the dude's like, damn, you should just take it for free. It's never happened, but they're just like, oh shit. Oh, right? But yeah, I'll make it sound so much more dramatic than it is. It's not that dramatic. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, carrier locked. So, and the thing is that when the phone does get blacklisted, you could sell it to a direct buyer. Honestly, carrier locked phones are a little bit hard to sell on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes they don't sell on Facebook Marketplace. But if you have a direct buyer, you could sell the carrier locked phones all day, every day, if you want, for a great price too, right? For like a crazy, crazy price. So how do you get direct buyers? The direct buyers are inside of the masterclass. I give you 2 direct buyers inside of the masterclass, which the masterclass link is in the description, but pretty much you get 2 direct buyers, and they will buy all your phones, no matter what they are. Blacklisted, cracked, don't even work, carrier locked, unlocked, passcode locked, iCloud locked, everything like that. They buy everything, right? So yeah. And then scratching. I didn't know, if you pull up to the meetup and there's scratches on the phone. Also, another thing, when I'm talking to them on Messenger or through messages, I don't ask them, hey, is there scratches on the phone? No. You don't ask them that. You don't ask them, is there scratches on the phone? You wait till you get to the meetup so you could absolutely demolish them and get them down on the price so you can make more money, right? That's what I do. So they get to the meetup. You're looking at the phone. What I do is shine my flashlight on the phone. Shine the flashlight on the phone. Let me get a phone. So I'll be here. And this is when you know it's game over for them. This is when you know it's completely game over for them. You pull up to the meetup. You got the phone, and you're looking at it, and then you go whip out your flashlight. Boom, right to the screen. There's always scratches on the screen when you pull this up. This is like a perfect phone. Right? But if I wipe this phone down, this is what you got to do. Wipe the phone down with your shirt. Wipe it down as clean as you possibly can. This is what I do this every single meetup, and I at least get the person down $50 every single meetup. Every meetup I get them down. All right, I'm going to clean this as much as possible, and I'm going to shine the flashlight on it. Now, what I'm going to do, okay, wow, the scratch is right there. $50 deduction. Boom. $50 more in my pocket. Right? So what I'm doing, I'm just shining a flashlight on the screen, looking for more scratches. Of course, every single time you're going to find scratches. Every single time. Right? So boom, right there. $50 deduction. You're busted. $50 more in my pocket. Boom. Just like that. That's what I do with scratching. It's I shine the flashlight, I'll be like, oh, you didn't mention that there was scratching. You didn't mention that there was deep scratches. So, boom, $50 in your pocket. Now they hate you. No, they don't hate you. But that's how I negotiate. That's how you got to be with phone flipping. So yeah, I'd say something like, I didn't know there were deep scratches. You didn't mention this in the listing. You know, the initial price was $350. Let's say the initial price was $350. I'll be like, you didn't mention that there were deep scratches. The most I could do is, $300. Right? You just get it down. So yeah, that's that. Always 99.9% of the time when you wipe that screen down really well and you put your flashlight on it, they're cooked. Literally, they're cooked. And you're making a lot more money than you should have. And then blacklisted. Blacklisted means that the phone has been reported lost or stolen. So pretty much blacklisted is just, it's pretty much when the phone gets reported as lost or stolen, or you just stop making payments on it. Blacklisted is not a big thing, but it is the best thing that will ever happen to you in your life, right? Let me explain why. If you pull up to a meetup and the phone is blacklisted, you should literally be smiling ear to ear, ready to deduct this person like crazy. That's what I do personally, because when a phone is blacklisted, I'm like, holy shit, I was making $50 profit, now I'm making $250 profit. And that's like real. That's real shit right there. So, and this always sounds so scary. And I wish if every single phone that I got was blacklisted, I would be a millionaire at this point, because you can make so much money off blacklisted phones. So you pull up to the meetup, you scan the IMEI. You probably don't even know what an IMEI is, but I teach you later in the video what the hell an IMEI is. Later in the course. But you scan the IMEI and it shows up that the phone is blacklisted. What I'll say to them is something like, the phone is blacklisted, meaning that it's been reported lost or stolen. So I have to get rid of this phone as quick as possible because this can get you in some trouble. Oh my God, that makes them so scared. Honestly, that makes them like, what's wrong with my phone, right? So I'll pull up the IMEI, and say this is the IMEI screen. I'll be like, yo, it says right here, your phone's blacklisted. Like, this matches your phone. Yes. Like, I'll hold them side by side. I'll be like, this matches your phone. It says your IMEI right here, and it says this right here. Like, this is your phone. It literally says it's blacklisted. And they'll just be like, oh my God. I'll be like, yeah, bro, this phone's hot. This phone's hot. I got to get rid of this as fast as I can, or this will get you in some trouble. You know what I'm saying? And always I deduct normally $100 to $200. Normally $200 is what I deduct for a blacklisted phone, right? So, and the reason why this is so good and you can make so much money off of it is because the direct buyers that I sell to, they deduct $30 for a blacklisted phone. So you're making $180 profit just from the blacklist if the phone is blacklisted and you're selling it to the direct buyer. So that's why I love direct buyers. If you don't know what a direct buyer is, it's basically someone that will buy your phone no matter what it is. The phone is already sold before you even buy it, technically, pretty much. You already know what you're getting paid for the phone. You just offer the customer less. Someone with zero brain cells can do it. Very easy, very simple, right? So, yeah, that's that. And then also there's a bunch of more deductions that I will have in the description of another sheet, another list of like in the description what to deduct for certain things. And the way you're gonna find every single deduction and literally like everything is just pretty much the general settings and then about. That's how you're going to find pretty much everything. And then everything else I teach you, and the IMEI too. Everything else I teach you inside the course. So yeah, that's that. Use this to your advantage, and yeah. All right, so basically this is a video about making your first purchase. So actually meeting up with the person that's selling you their phone for the first time. So let's get right into it. So here's what we're going to cover. We're going to cover where to meet up, inspecting the phone, and negotiating more at the meetup in person. Share the course. So, if you have like a broke friend and they want to make money, or you know someone that wants to start making money, share this course to them. And warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip around, and don't fast forward. So making sure the deal is profitable. So again, eBay, do the full entire walkthrough and make sure that you will actually make money on the phone. And also Atlas Mobile. So use that Atlas Mobile price sheet that I have provided for you guys to make an offer on the phone if it's carrier locked. And where to meet up. So basically, before meeting, make sure to tell them to log out of their iCloud and remove the password prior to the meeting. So this is very important. A lot of people don't know to remove their iCloud. Most people remove their password, but sometimes they don't even do that. But definitely tell them to remove their iCloud while they're on Wi-Fi or in their house. So maybe their password is written down and hung up somewhere or something, like on a notepad or something. If they don't log out of their iCloud, then what you could do is you could set up a hotspot and they'll be able to type in their password and sign out there. But if you don't set up a hotspot, if you're not connected to Wi-Fi, they won't be able to log out of their iCloud. So make sure, if they don't log out of their iCloud, make sure to set up a hotspot and they will be able to log out of the iCloud right there. And best location. So typically I meet at a local Wawa, McDonald's, Wendy's, Starbucks, or Walmart. These are like the places that I normally meet at. Just anywhere, just any public location, really. I'm just like mostly meet at like fast food restaurants, Dunkin's, Walmart, Target, whatever. And best time. So the best time to meet is in the daylight, obviously. However, sometimes you'll not be able to, and you might have to meet at night. So I try to meet in the daylight as much as possible because sometimes, it can be dangerous. But sometimes you might have to meet at night. If you are meeting at night, I would suggest go inside of the actual place. So if you're meeting at night, I would suggest go inside of the Wawa or go inside the McDonald's or the Walmart. Just go inside the place and do the meetup like where there's more people around. And safety. So make sure you never have someone come to your house or never go to someone's house, and always have someone come out of their car to do a deal. So this is super important. Never have someone come to your house ever. That's the dumbest thing you could do. And never go to someone's house. I always meet up at a public location because you don't know the guy. You don't know who you're meeting up with. You don't know if they could be sketch or, whatever. It's always just best to meet up at a public location. And always have someone come out of their car to do a deal. So that's what I like doing, especially when you're meeting up with someone to sell the phone. I always have someone come out of their car to do a deal. That's just me personally, but if you want to do a deal when someone's in their car, that's all up to you. But especially when you're selling a phone, don't give someone a phone. Don't give someone your phone while they're in their car. I wouldn't do that. And trust your instincts. So if something doesn't feel right, trust your gut and don't follow through with the deal. Also, if it sounds too good to be true, 99.9% of the time it is. So this is like common with phone flipping. You'll see a iPhone 15 Pro Max that's listed for like $100. Obviously, if it looks too good to be true, most of the time it is. And if something doesn't feel right, like if the seller's like a little sketchy and he's like, meet me in the back of this place, or he just sounds sketchy and not like real, then I would just trust your gut and not follow through with the deal. And stay visible. So I always like to stay visible and try to stay in sight of other people at all times. Again, because you're just meeting with a random person from Facebook Marketplace. Like I've came across a bunch of sketchy people, but when you stay visible and you meet in a public location in the daylight, pretty much nothing could go wrong. But if you don't stay visible and it's just you one-on-one and it's nighttime and you meet up at someone's house, that's like bound for something bad to happen. Keep information private. So I never share my address with anyone or my friend's address. Like if I'm at a friend's house and I'm doing a deal, I don't tell them to come to my friend's house. I don't give them the address or anything. Don't share it with anyone because again, these are just random people from Facebook Marketplace, and you will meet sketchy people that, you won't want that have your address. You won't want them to know where you live or where your friends live or anything like that. Now, inspecting the phone. So iCloud slash passcode. So make sure the phone has no iCloud on it. If it does, set up a hotspot and log out of it. Same thing with the passcode. Like I said before, make sure you always log out of the iCloud, and again, make sure you remind them to log out of the iCloud before the meetup. But if it does have an iCloud, set up a hotspot and remove it. And screen. So make sure the screen matches the condition of what the customer said it was. If it has deep scratching or cracks, you deduct. So at the end of this video, I have a video of me actually inspecting a phone and shows you step by step what to do when checking a phone. And the camera. So when you check the camera, zoom in and out, make sure there's no black spots or LCD lines. Again, that's in the video at the end of this video, showing you exactly what to check for when checking the camera. And battery health. So typically if the battery health is 86% or less, I deduct $20. Now, if it has battery service, that's a different deduction. That's also, I already have the sheet in one of the prior videos, but I'll link the sheet below in this video also, what I deduct for everything. But now if the battery health is under 86%, I always deduct like $20. And now inspecting the phone. So unknown part messages, watch out for any messages that say unknown part. So sometimes you'll see unknown display, unknown camera, unknown battery, stuff like that. That just means that it's been replaced. But an unknown display is considered grade D, so it is a big deduction. And if you don't know what the grade D price would be, check on Atlas Mobile, because grade D is for an unknown display. So it is a big deduction, and any other unknown parts I deduct like $50 to $100 depending on what it is. The camera being like the most money that I would deduct for. And battery service message. So again, look out for the battery service. This means that the battery has been replaced. After explaining to the customer what it is, deduct $40. So I have the sheet linked below on exactly what I say when these messages pop up, what I say to, deduct the price. And IMEI. So check the IMEI during the meetup. It gives you a ton of leverage for bringing the price down and spotting issues in the phone. So at the end of this video, there is a video of me checking an IMEI, and it pretty much tells you exactly step by step how to check an IMEI in a phone. And then quick starting. So I have a demonstration also at the end of this video on how to quick start a phone. That's basically when someone resets the whole entire phone, then you have to log back into it and basically go into it and check it. And blacklisted. So if the phone is blacklisted, this gives you a ton of leverage. You'll be able to deduct $50 to $150. Sometimes I even deduct like $200, but you're only going to be getting deducted $20 to $40. Now, if you're not in the masterclass, then don't buy blacklisted phones. But if you are going to be joining the masterclass, the buyer in there only deducts 20, 30, $40 for a blacklisted phone, and he buys the blacklisted phones straight from you. And basically, when you have the buyer, you can buy the blacklisted phones because you can make a lot of money off them. But if you don't have access to that buyer, then I don't suggest you buy blacklisted phones, because no one on Facebook will buy them. And pointing out damage. So when you point out and show proof of damage, it is way more likely that they will agree to the deducted price. Also, you have to give reasoning on why you are deducting that price. So again, in the description, I have the whole template of exactly what I say when, damage shows up or a message shows up that I have to deduct for. So just use that. And then what to say. So again, I just have the document filled out for all the different occasions. Be prepared. So if the seller is unwilling to negotiate the price and you cannot make money on the phone unless the price is brought down, simply tell them to have a good day and go to the next pickup. So I always try and double book or even triple book when meeting up with someone, because say if something does go wrong, I already have another phone to go pick up. So I'm not just sitting there and trying as hard as I can to get that phone, because I already know I got another phone that I got to go pick up in 5 minutes, and then I got another phone that I got to pick up in 10 minutes. So this one doesn't really matter if they don't agree to the price. So most of the time, when you're like walking away after you tell them, all right, well, if you're not willing to negotiate, then I can't buy the phone. Most of the time, if you're like walking away, they'll be like, oh, no, 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 fine. I switched my mind. I changed my mind. I'll give it to you. And that's like the power of actually being serious about you don't really care, and you'll walk away from the deal. And paying. So I always pay in cash. Everybody loves that offer. I can pick up today and pay cash. Cash is king. Everybody wants cash. Now, when someone's listing something on Facebook Marketplace, most of the time they don't want to do like Cash App or Venmo. A lot of people will do Zelle, but everyone's really sketch for some reason about Cash App and Venmo. So I always pay cash. And we'll do a quick summary of what we talked about. So the inspection process, make sure you fully inspected the phone and deducted what had to be deducted. Negotiating, make sure the customer understands why the price is being deducted, and avoid fighting or arguing with the customer. Basically, you just don't want to get in a giant argument about the price of a phone. If it gets to that point, you literally just walk away. And meeting up. So again, always meet up in a public location where you can be seen, and never meet at the customer's house or your house. That is super important. So now the videos of me inspecting the phone, quick starting the phone, and everything will be starting. All right, so first thing you do at the meetup when you are looking at a phone is you always want to check the physical condition first. So shut it off, wipe the phone down with your shirt or something like that, so you can get all the fingerprints off it, and you just want to shine your phone flashlight on it. So shine your flashlight on it, and you'll be able to see any visible scratches anywhere. So as you see, there's some scratching right there, so you could deduct for that. When you're at the meetup, you deduct for all these scratches, and some scratching over here too. So clearly that would be a deduction right there, because all those scratches. Now, again, you want to check the back. So is there any cracks, anything like that? It looks like there is a little nick in this camera. I don't know if you can see that, but always check the camera lenses. Make sure that there's no damage in the camera lenses, and then always check the sides. Is there any nicks or anything on the side? Looks like these ones are good. And then when you go to actually checking the phone, so get into the phone. So first thing you do is you go to settings and make sure there's no iCloud. So make sure it says sign into your iPhone up here. And if it says their name or something like that up here, you want to make sure that they log out of their iCloud. So always make sure that their iCloud is gone. Now you want to go to general and then about up here. And now this will tell you pretty much everything about the phone. So it tells you the model name, what is it, a 12 Pro Max, the gigabytes, and is it carrier locked or unlocked, so no SIM restriction, so this is unlocked. Tells you the network, and also the IMEI is right here. So you want to make sure, if you told you it was unlocked, make sure it's unlocked, make sure it's the right gigabytes, and we'll get to the IMEI in just a second. Before you check the IMEI, what I do is, first of all, I check the camera. Okay, does it work when you zoom in? Does it work when you zoom out? Okay, everything's good. What about on this side? Does it work when you zoom out and in? Is there any spots? No, there's nothing. Okay. Now, go back to here. Check the Face ID. Now, when you're checking a Face ID, this is what you do. So, let me position my face. And you want to circle your face around, and make sure that these green lines show up. So if those green lines show up, you don't have to do the whole thing. You just exit out because you know that it's good. You check the sound. Make sure it's not low. So make sure it actually works. Check all the buttons. Does the up, down work? Okay. Does the power button work? Yes. Okay. And check the battery. Now, if the battery is anything below 86, I normally deduct about 30 or 40 bucks. because I just say that, it's going to need a battery replacement soon. That's just an extra way to deduct and make more money. So now we're going to go to the IMEI, and now that number right here, you don't ever want to scan IMEI 2, always scan IMEI 1, so I'll do that now. All right, now this is what you're going to have to do to check the IMEI of a phone. I suggest to create an account with this website and add like $5 or $10 on it, so you could use the checker that I use. I use iPhone Carrier, FMI, and Blacklist. It costs 12 cents to check this. You just scan IMEI and then go here to picture. It's always going to be the first one. And it's pretty much that simple. It'll tell you everything about the phone. This other red stuff doesn't matter. This warranty status doesn't matter. The Apple Care eligible does not matter. All you're really looking for is it blacklisted and is it carrier locked or unlocked? And basically, that's pretty much all. So it tells you everything you need to know right here. And that's how you use it. All right, now this is going to be how to quick start a phone. So maybe you're in a rush or something and you can't quick start it. What you could do is tap down here in the bottom right, and it'll show you the IMEI, so you could just scan that right there. And then, so what we do is you would just click English, United States. Just wait for it to load. Continue. Set up without any other device. And then you always want to connect to Wi-Fi, so set up a hotspot if you have to. But if you did set up a hotspot, it would show up right here, and then you would just type in your passcode. So I just joined Wi-Fi. Now it says it's going to take a few minutes to activate. So it'll just take a few minutes to activate the phone. And then it'll come to this screen. You want to click Continue. Set up for myself. Always click Set up for myself. And then you just want to set up everything later. Just click Set up later. And then passcode options. And don't use passcode. Don't use passcode again. And don't transfer anything. And then once it gets to this screen, you just want to click that. Set up later. Don't use. Agree. And now you're pretty much past mostly everything. And then just want to click Not Now for basically everything. Down here. Continue, and then you're basically in the phone just like that. And now you can see, if, does it have an iCloud? Is there any other messages in here or anything like that? And that's basically how simple it is to quick start a phone. All right, so this is how you create a listing on Facebook Marketplace. After you pick up your phone, this is how you list it on Facebook Marketplace. So I have a draft open right here. I'll explain how to get to where to list the phone if you don't know how to do that later in this video on mobile and not on the computer. So basically, your first picture should be the phone open like this with the background shining and just the phone flat. And then the second picture should be a picture of like the phone's condition. So as you can see, it has no scratches or anything like that. And for some reason, these pictures are like cut more than they should be. I don't know why they are. It doesn't look like that on mobile. It might be something with the computer, but you want to have obviously the full phone in there. Second picture again should just be like this. Third picture again, you should have the full phone in there. I don't know why it's showing that it's not the full phone in there, but the third picture should be a picture of the battery health, because people will spam you asking about the battery health. And then the fourth picture should just be what phone it is, 13 to 56. So you should go in settings, general, then about, and show this. And next picture should be the unlock status, so if it's locked or whatever, and the IMEI right here, so they could scan it themselves and not ask you a ton of questions about it. And then the last picture should just be the back of the phone. And that's pretty much the order that you should take pictures in. Now, when it comes to the title, you just put, Apple iPhone 13 and then the gigabytes and unlocked. Now, I have kind of like a draft sort of thing in the description of the title and the description. And the price should just be, whatever price that you're looking to sell it at. So when I list my phones, say if I bought the phone for $200 and I'm willing to sell it for $300, I would list it for $350, just because if someone messages me and they say, let's do $250, and then I would just pretty much counter offer them and be like, let's meet at the middle at $300. So I still get the price that I'm looking for. And then the category is just going to be cell phones. The condition, whatever condition it actually is in. This one's used like new, so I put that. If it's new, put that. If it's used and it's in like all right, good condition, put that. And then this is what your description should look like. It should just say, Apple iPhone 13, the unlock status, if it's fully unlocked, or carrier locked. And if it is carrier locked, you put the carrier that it's locked to. And then the battery health, again, in the description, very good condition, clean IMEI, $300 or best offer. And then PM if any questions or concerns. So that's the description that has worked best for me and pretty much just answers everybody's question. And then the device name, the Apple iPhone 13, gigabytes, unlocked, yes or no, and whatever carrier it's with. And then available quantity, 1, and then next. Then you would just put, local pickup or shipping. I only do local pickup. And then you would just publish the listing, and that's pretty much all. Now I'm going to show you an example on how to get to, this screen on mobile. All right, so you're in Facebook, then you'll go to Marketplace, and you could click Sell right up here, and then create a listing like that, one item. Or also what you could do is you come here to Marketplace, click on your profile, your listings, and then create listing. Boom, there you go. And then basically you just, add your photos right up here. Title, price, category, everything is just right here. And after that's done, you click next and you pretty much list it. All right, so in this video, I'll be going over meeting with the customer when you're selling the phone. So we'll get right into it. So here's what we're going to cover: making sure you're on time, being honest, and asking for a review. So it's basically just going to be a quick video on what to, do prior to meeting someone, basically. So my YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, follow for more exclusive content, all at Tice Hibbard. Share the course with a friend. And warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Don't watch the entire video, don't skip around, and don't fast forward. So making sure you're on time. Basically, just make sure you're on time for the meetup, and also make sure that the phone is charged so that the customer can inspect the phone. So I've had this happen to me where I go, I roll up to a meetup and the phone's not charged and none of us have a charger on us. The customer will most of the time just end up not even buying the phone. So make sure you're always on time, because I've been late, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, and people just leave. They don't, people don't want to wait. Sometimes they'll wait for you, but a lot of the times people are in a rush, or, especially on the weekdays. Just make sure you're on time so you can secure the deal and they don't leave. And also make sure the phone is charged, because if the phone's not charged, most of the time they will leave. They won't just take the phone. And being honest. So honesty, make sure you're honest about any issues inside of the phone. So if there's battery service or blacklist or anything, be honest about, what's wrong with the phone, because it will backfire on you. You will get a bad review, and you will get a very angry customer that's spam calling you, spam messaging you, and everything. So you always just want to be honest about what issues are with the phone, and so you don't get a bad review, or you don't get someone blowing up your phone and threatening you. And asking for a review. So basically, you just want to make sure you ask for a review after the meetup to ensure you build up trust and a strong reputation on Facebook. This is super important. Me personally, if I see someone with bad reviews on Facebook, I don't even message them. If they're selling a phone or trying to buy a phone from me, both ways, I don't mess with anyone who has bad reviews, because they obviously have bad reviews for a reason. And you don't want to be that guy. You want to build up a strong reputation and be known as that guy who sells super good phones and there's never anything wrong with them, and you're a great buyer to deal with. You don't try to do anything sketch or anything like that. You just want to build up just 5-star reviews on top of each other, because that'll go a long way. I've had that happen to me where, people are like, I saw this phone and it was cheaper from this guy, but instead I bought from you because your reviews are really good and everyone says you're honest and always on time and nice and everything like that. So that's, I never thought that that would actually happen, but it actually did. Like, people actually pay attention to reviews. So, even if they find a phone for cheaper and you're selling a phone, but you have better reviews than the other person, that is like an advantage. And then exactly what I say to ask for a review for when you're buying and selling a phone is in the description. There's just a tiny little document of what to say after buying a phone from someone, leaving you a review, and then when selling a phone, asking people to leave you a review. And pretty much just a quick summary. So always be on time for the meetups. Sometimes being not on time will result in a bad review or even the customer leaving. Being honest, always be honest about the phone. If there's a small crack in the corner or the Face ID doesn't work, always be transparent. It will go a long way. Again, I've had it happen to me. I blew off something that, I didn't think that would matter. And I was like, oh, the customer won't even find out. And eventually he found out, left me a bad review, called me like 13 times in the span of like 20 minutes and was absolutely pissed. And it's not fun because it's super awkward when you meet up with them and give them their money back. It's terrible. And then building reviews. So always ask for a review after every meetup. When you build up 5-star reviews, you get a lot of trust from other buyers and sellers on Facebook. I've gotten people that said they only bought from me because of my reviews, as I just said. And let's get to work. So now, ask for reviews, start being on time, start building up a great reputation for your phone flipping business, because at the end of the day, it is going to form into, a real sort of business, and you want to have a good reputation, and you just want to beat everybody else who's in the phone flipping game. A lot of people in the phone flipping game have pretty bad reviews. I've seen a lot of people with bad reviews, this phone got blacklisted, blah, 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 this, that. And you want to be known as that guy who is super nice, has super good reviews, is always on time. You want to be known as that guy, because in phone flipping, there's a lot of people that are very mediocre. They have bad reviews. They block someone if they say the phone got blacklisted, and it's just a complete mess. And when you're known as that guy who has 5-star reviews and you're always on time and nice and everything, you stick out and people want to sell to you and people want to buy from you. So that's basically it. All right, now this is going to be an inventory tracking sheet that you can use. I paid for this tracking sheet, and it is extremely helpful to track everything that you have, the inventory that you have, and what you sold, what you bought, your profits, everything like that. So you can see an example on how to use it right here. So you pretty much just write when you bought it, what phone it is, the IMEI, the battery health, condition, any issues with the phone, the price you paid, if you got it repaired, what was the cost of that, what you're looking to sell it for, and then target profit, and then the actual price you sold it for, when you sold it, and your actual profit. So let me go through this real quick. Now, say I get an iPhone 14, and you select the date right here. So what you do is you double click this, and it'll pull up, when did you get it? So May 1st, or whatever date you got it from. I'm just click May 1st. IMEI, you put in whatever the IMEI is. I always put in the IMEI because, say if I sell the phone and some person is trying to scam me and they're like, oh, well, you sold me this iPhone 14. I'll be like, all right, well, let me see if that's actually my phone. So pull up the IMEI and I'll have my IMEI here. That's happened to me before. Someone tried to say, like, I sold them a blacklisted phone, and I keep track of all my IMEIs, and my IMEI did not match the one he said I sold him. So that will get you, out of scams and stuff like that. Now, battery health, whatever battery health it is, just put it right here. Condition, if it's grade B, C, if it's cracked or whatever. Issue, this is where I put like if it's cracked back or cracked front or cracked lens, this is where I would put an issue with it. And then the price you paid. So say I paid $300, I would just put that, and the target sale price. So if I want to sell it for $450, I would put it right here, and it automatically calculates your profit, your target profit. Now, say I actually sold this for $400, I would write here, $400, the actual price I sold it for, automatically calculates the profit right in here. And let's say I sold it this day, I'll just click here. And that's basically how I track all my phones. That's how I track all my inventory. I just go through this whole entire process. And if you go to your dashboard, you see your profit and loss. You see all your statements. So the month of May, what I just tracked here, I bought $750 worth of phones, $0 in repair costs, sold $900 worth of phones, profited $150, bought 2 phones, sold 2 phones, monthly profit. It tells you literally everything. It tells you once you get your inventory built up, it'll show you your total inventory value, the total projected revenue, the total projected profit. It tells you literally everything. This is like a super, super good way to keep track of your profits and losses and, how much you're doing per month. So it'll tell you, you did 5K this month, and then this other month you did 20K. It'll show you all right here what profits you did and how much you've grown and everything like that. So this is a super good way to keep track of everything. And that's pretty much it with this tracking inventory sheet. So I find this super useful. This is where I track all my phones. This is where I track my profits and losses and everything like that. It's super good. It literally tracks everything for you. It tracks your profit, calculates your profit for you and everything like that. So when it comes to keeping track of everything, how much you made, this is what I would recommend using. This is what I personally use. All right, and the way that you're going to make this inventory sheet yours is, so I'm on the sheet right now. Remember, you want to put all your information right here. Like you can't do anything here. You want to put it all right here, right? So the way you copy this and make it your own is basically by clicking up here. It says File, and then Make a Copy, and then you just put Copy of Phone Inventory, or you could put your name, like Tice's Phone Inventory. We'll take out this right there. Okay, like Tice's Phone Inventory, make a copy, and then now you got your own right here, so you could actually edit it. And you want to do everything under phone inventory, you could delete all this and actually start to get going. But yeah, that's basically how you copy the sheet. All right, so that is the end of the free phone flipping course. So that is literally everything that you need to start phone flipping. You don't need anything else. That is all the knowledge that you need to start phone flipping, all the websites, everything that you need to start phone flipping. All of the resources are in the description, like the marketplace titles, the marketplace pictures and everything like that. It's all in the description. But yeah, you could actually start phone flipping and already start making a couple $100. So basically what you learn is the basics and the fundamentals of phone flipping. So we just went over exactly how to source the phones, how to negotiate, and also how to sell the phones. So these are not the most efficient ways on actually how to do it. So if you want to learn more and you want to take this more seriously and take it to the next level and start making $3,000 to $5,000 a month, I have a premium community. I'll link it in the description. It is the Phone Flipping Masterclass. That's for anybody who wants to take this more seriously. So only join that if you are actually serious, because that'll teach you exactly how to make more money with this, right? So if you want to learn how to source a lot more phones and you want to be able to have access to the private buyers and also learn how to scale, you could join that if you want. And if you are looking for more help with this and you are wanting to take this more seriously, I do offer one-on-one coaching. So if you are interested in that, you could book a call with me in the link in the description. And if you are a good fit to work one-on-one with me, then I will work one-on-one with you to scale your phone flipping business up to $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 a month. But yeah, that's that. And basically just take action. That's the only thing you have to do now is take action and actually apply what you learned, or else you didn't learn anything, right? So that's that, and I'll catch you.